Hi, I'm Luther. I'm a Master P.G.A professional based in Milton Keynes in the UK, and I'm also the inventor of the Explanar swing training system. And I've got a guinea pig today for the first time. Paul, nice to meet you.
And you,
and
indeed, Luther.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
No problem.
So just give us a bit of understanding about your golfing background and where you are now with your golf.
Been playing for 5 years and I've got down to a handicap of 9.
Single figures in 5 years, very good.
But at the moment I've seemed to have developed a draw without knowing how I've done it. But I have a tendency to pull the shot quite severely at times, and I'd like to try to minimise the impact of that.
Okay, so you're fairly content with how strongly you're hitting the ball, but it's got this tendency to start a bit left and then turn left.
It's certainly my shot that gets me into the most difficulty, either out of bounds or on a parkland course where we play into the trees.
Okay.
So,
do you ever hit a fade or a slice, or is it always a...
it used to be, and every now and then I still do that, but it seems to get me into less trouble,
Yeah.
maybe because the ball's not quite going as far.
Okay, so this is a very common thing. It's good to hear that Paul is hitting the ball strongly with draw spin. That's a great starting point. But what's puzzling Paul is that it's starting left of target, turning left and bouncing left, and it's a destructive bad shot, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay, well let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's just clear the decks and just hit some 6-irons for me and warm up, get comfortable. And if we put the ball there, then the GC2 launch monitor picks up the ball. Now just nice and relaxed, don't worry if you hit them poorly or well, we'll still see the swing. Very good, off you go then, Paul. Very good, but it did what it said on the tin. The ball started left, turned left, and it's running. What's remarkable, if you look on the top left hand side of the screen, it's just showing you that you've hit a 6-iron 191 yards in total. That's a good hit. Okay, so in you go. That's it, you've got the green line. Very good. Okay, let's go one more. Wait a second for me, Paul, let the screen just clear. That's good, off you go. Excellent distance, very good. Okay, my mentor was the late great Alex Hay, and Paul, he gave me lots of good advice about coaching, but one of which was to get the pupil to improve without changing them in the first lesson, you know. So I want to stay basically where you're at. I can tell you about the things that aren't quite right and the things that are very good, and the glass is 80% full, so we haven't got a lot to worry about here, but I'm not going to let you know in the first lesson.
Okay.
Okay? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Explanar to help you fix what you've got. So I'm pleased with the shots that you've hit because they've taken off and they've all had draw spin. So it's very encouraging for all three of us, you the viewer and Paul and myself, that the ball's taking off. That's always a good start. All right? What you've shown me is every shot has got draw spin. The $64,000 question for you today is, where's the ball going to start? Now, this white line is like the county line. I need these golf balls to start here, okay, off a square stance. Yeah. So we're going to treat these as cross-court tennis shots, top spin cross-court. I don't want to change anything other than in your mind's eye, aiming down the white line, send the ball into this area here. In other words, go down the line with what you've got. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So if Paul had been on the driving range and I wasn't there, those 4 or 5 shots that you started off with, you'd have probably thought, oh, too much draw spin, too much creativity, and invariably you'd have blocked or pushed the next. What we're doing is we're maintaining this lovely strong shape and we're going to redirect it. So the shots that turned over did not have too much hook spin, it was undiluted. It didn't have enough send. Okay. So when I say to you aim at 12 o'clock, that's above the black and white marker, and you started the ball at 2 minutes past 12. Yes. I really need you to start the ball at 1 o'clock. Okay. Even 1:30 would do me, all right? Okay. Very good. Okay, so aiming down the white line, Paul. That's it. You're aiming a bit too far. Just move the feet to your right a couple of inches. That's better. Good. All right, come on now. Send the ball right of the white line. Off you go. Very good. I love it. Now again, you've done everything so beautifully. It's an incredibly powerful shot for that club. Okay, but you're going to have to exaggerate for me, Paul, and it's going to feel to you like you're going to hit the ball at 2 o'clock. Have a look for me. Wait a minute. You know, imagine the ball there. That's where you're going to go. Don't aim there. Send it there.
And normally I would probably do something like this.
Yeah.
No.
And then what happened is you pull it even further left.
Okay.
So you must do it off a square stance for it to make sense. Very good. Okay, Paul, if you come and stand here, I'm just going to swap places with you. Now, for you viewers at home, we've seen Paul hit a selection of shots. The good news is he's very powerful. The ball has draw spin. Let me just show you something, Paul. The golf swing is an arc. So when you come into impact, shortly after, the club head tends to turn left. You see that? Yeah. And if it's turning left and rolling left, hence your golf shot goes 10 o'clock draw. Okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is the swing that you've got, the backswing is fine, but when you come through, I want you to re-hinge. You see, if I go through the ball with no wrist hinge, see how I'm going? I'm going left-left. Yes. If I cock my wrist, where's the club? It's down the line. Can you see that? Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm putting an explainer, and I'm going to give you the feeling of hinging down the line. Because if you hinge, the draw spin will start at 2 o'clock and come back. Does that make sense? It does indeed, yes. Okay, let's put an explainer and see how you do.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Paul, we're going to put you into the Explanar golf train system using the weighted power roller. This is a driver length, but we want to simulate a 6-iron, so I just want you to grip it right down the bottom of the grip so that your index finger is almost on the chrome, okay? Good, that's lovely. So take your grip and put your feet back either side of the black line. That's it. A little bit wider with your stance. Excellent. Okay, so I get the plane sensor. And that's pretty good. Just move back 1 inch with your feet, an inch only. That's all you need. Okay. So we've set the machine up for you then, and I'll just put a golf ball down for you to focus on. It's so tempting to focus on the roller. Very good. Okay, just relax that right elbow for me. Now your shoulders and your arms and the roller are a letter Y shapes. Nice and relaxed. We're just going to work the Y shape backwards and forwards. You see that? Very good. Okay. So you can feel your wrist there, can't you?
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Indeed.
So what you're going to do here now is when you come through, you're going to re-hinge. Can you see that? The rotation of the forearm is automatic. Don't worry about that. Okay? But we're hinging down the line. Can you see that? Right, so if you don't hinge, you're going cross court. If you re-hinge, you're going out to 2 o'clock. Does that make sense? So do a few by yourself. Lovely. And through. Well done. Let your body turn now, Paul, going back and through. Yeah. Left shoulder turns now. Lovely. There you go. Very good. Excellent. Come down to the middle here. Shuffle your feet and flex in the knees. So you're really good. As you turn your shoulder, you hinge wrist beautifully. And now when you come through, to go down the line, you're going to have to rehinge again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you don't rehinge, forearms win, ball goes low left. Okay? So it's the wrist hinge that permits you to go down the line. Without wrist hinge, you'll hit a rolling pull.
Yeah.
Okay, off you go. Excellent. So, Paul, come to a rest. Now we're going to move the explainer out of the way, and we're going to let Paul hit some shots. And what we're hoping to see is a ball that's much more willing to start right at the target and come back. Everything else about the shot is good. So, Paul's had his first introduction and the feel of the explainer training system with the heavy roller. How did that feel, Paul?
You had to concentrate, and it certainly made you think and gave you the feel in particular of what you're trying to achieve, which for me in particular, feeling something is quite important.
Yeah, good stuff. And what was the main change in feeling that you experienced?
It felt as though the wrists were coming round more and cocking, and it was less forearm pulling, and that's for the first time I can see now why it almost pulls to the left.
Good. Okay.
Or I can feel it.
See, that he's got a clear understanding of why the ball was turning left and low left, and the low nature of the draw. So what we're hoping is we're going to keep that draw spin, but as a result of what we've worked on Explanar, we're going to hit the ball out to 2 o'clock and bring it back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just make sure that the club has got a different colour. That's good. So all I'm asking you to do, set up normally, your backswing, but try and send the ball out to where the cursor is. Look at the cursor, Paul. Yeah. That's where, you're not aiming there, but that's where you're going to send it. So off you go. Don't worry if you miss the first couple. Very good. Okay, can you see that? Now I really can't give the viewer a better explanation or demonstration of what was needed. It would have been so tempting, Paul, wouldn't it, to suppress the forearms?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have shot the instant party. Your hands and forearms were fantastic. What this was a great big dollop of send. You sent it right of cut target. So well done. That's a lovely start. Just see if you can do a few more. So the good thing is this is your setup, this is your backswing, and all I taught you to do is to send the ball at the cursor. Off you go. Very good.
Wow.
Okay. Right. I can't help myself, but I've got to tell you and bang on about it. But you might think in getting someone to hit the ball further, their dispersion widens. The reverse is true. I'll show you in a minute that the stronger that Paul hits it, the tighter his grouping. Totally counterintuitive. If you think slowing the swing down will do it for you, all I can tell you is the ball doesn't go as far in the trees. The strongest shots you hit will be your most accurate. Okay, Paul, keep doing what you're doing. Okay, so just actually before you do that, Simon, our camera, Simon, can you pan across to the grouping on the left-hand side? Can you see it? The white circle, Paul, if you look, was you before we put you in Explanar. The red circle is you after Explanar. Okay? So you can see the grouping has dramatically, but the grouping is in the upper half of distance. You haven't, that red circle hasn't come south, it's gone north.
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay. Off you go. So everything's the same. Look at the cursor for me, and that's where you're going to send it. Off you go. Excellent. Okay, so now when you hit that shot going forward, you now know how to fix it. Not with fear and suppression and anxiety, but with the creativity and boldness that starts the ball to the right. Just like the rugby player's boot would go through that way. Okay, you can now feel you're going through. But what facilitates the through is the wrist hinge. So the wrist hinge you gave me an Explanar is what allowed you to exit at 2 o'clock.
And I have to say that third shot, I didn't feel what I did in the first and second shot. And I knew it was going to go left even before it left my club. I could feel it.
You could feel it. Good stuff. Very good. Okay. Trust yourself. Full swing. Send the ball at 2 o'clock. Very good. Yeah. But even compared to the early ones, it's 50% better. Yeah. All right. So just to finish off, put the icing on the cake. Got a huge area to the right of the white line. Send it out there. Don't aim there. Aim down the line. But Paul, look. There's the cursor. That's where you're going to start the ball. Off you go. Very good. Okay. So again, we're delighted with the quality of the shot. The thing that's going to take a little bit of time to learn is the send. Okay. So, can you see that shot? I can replay it for you. And what I want you to notice is where the ball starts. I was hoping the ball would start here, but look where you started it. You started almost on the flag. You got me? Okay. Now come on, let's put the icing on the cake. It's been a great session. Be really brave now, Paul. Look at the cursor. That's where you're going to send him. Off you go. Well done. Bit heavy, but quite an effective shot. Now I didn't tell you because I knew I needed to deal with it separately, but we're going to have to fix your grip. And if I fix your grip, I'm only offering you a bit of pain. But I know that you want to improve. At the moment, you're a 5 handicap golfer with an 18 handicap grip, and that's why you're off 9. If we fix the grip, you're going to come down below 9 comfortably. I'm sure of that because of your ability to strike. So I'm offering you a bit of pain. You've got to work hard till Christmas, and then January, Feb, it'll dial in. There's no reason you can't come out to the next season with the grip in form. Okay, come and hit a couple of shots for me, Paul, and just the normal golf shots you've been hitting.
Right.
Obviously, we're thinking about...
So the way that I would normally just grip the club?
Yes, just do the normal, and then let's see the result of the grip that you've got. Excellent. So you're now sending the ball out there to 2 o'clock. As it happened, you didn't quite release it, so unusually for you, you got a little bit of fade spin on that one. Okay, so just wait, let the screen to clear. Good. So off you go, Paul. Load and release through. Very good. Okay, so let's watch that ball turn. There's the draw spin that we both want. Okay, so just address the imaginary ball for me, if you would, Paul. Okay, that's good. So we're just going to turn now to the camera, and Paul asked me earlier, what does a strong grip mean? Well, when Paul's hands are twisted to his right, it means the impact, the club face strengthens, so that's a strong grip. When your hands are under the shaft here, the club face rotates, you've got a strong low draw. Someone like Jordan Spieth, he tends to a weak grip, Alafabal did, so the weaker grip would leave the blade trailing, and that's a weaker grip. Right. So a strong grip is twisted to the right in your case, yes, and a weak grip would be twisted to the left. Okay. So Paul, I'm going to give you a little bit of magic, he said modestly. If I only had 2 minutes to give you one lesson to last a lifetime, I said, Luther, I'm going to live in the States, I'm not going to see you again, give me one lesson. Have a guess what I'm going to tell you about. I'm going to tell you about your left thumb, okay? The left thumb bone is critical to the grip. And if the left thumb bone and the grip are good, then the arms, shoulders, hips and feet work. But if the left thumb is misaligned, it affects everything else. So all I want to do for this lesson is fix your left thumb. Okay. Thank you. So, aiming the club, lean forward and give me a left thumb. Good. We want the left thumb parallel to the shaft to the right of centre. So Paul, can you feel you're giving the policeman a thumbprint there? Can you feel that?
Yeah, I can indeed.
Okay. So now, I'm going to get my Sharpie, and I'm going to just, you can feel the top of your thumb bone there, and the middle of your nail. I'm just going to join the dots. Okay? So if we turn to camera now, can you see what we've got? We've got a thumb bone that is parallel to the shaft, but distinctly to the right of centre. This is a parallel thumb. It's a neat thumb in the pad. Okay? In the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Paul, the answer to the universe is 42. The answer to the universe in golf is the parallel left thumb. You got it?
Got it.
Okay. Now, it's going to feel awful, and the likelihood is you're going to hit the ball out to the right initially, but that's great. This is a fist grip, add the fingers. Excellent. Now you know why I'm saying you've got this winter to fix it. Right elbow soft there, just relax it. Off you go. All right, set yourself up. Now your posture and your lines are good, but now you've got a grip worthy of the name. Wonderful. Do that again. Beautiful. Okay.
Does feel strange though, doesn't it?
Yes, well, in your case, it's that strange feeling of orthodoxy. All right. In you go, set yourself up. So Paul, you're going to load, you're going to release your right hand on the way through. Very good. So can you see? The ball's now departing to the right, it wants to, but the old compensation kicked in and you held the face open. So I love the send of that shot, but your right hand was a bit lazy. All right. Off you go. You're going to load and release the right hand. No, start again. Stop. You've crept. Gotcha. Take your right hand off. Did you play cricket as a youngster?
No, but my dad was very keen on it.
He was keen. So you've played a little bit of cricket, because I know you've got the forward press, and that's part of the strong left thumb. But now the left thumb's spot on. Okay. A little shuffle your feet. Now keep it simple. You're going to load and release the right hand. Off you go. Very good. So we're just waiting for you to time one, because it's only when you time one can we assess what the swing is doing. So can you see even now, we're stabilising the draw swing. That drew, just caught a little bit heavy. Now the problem is, when you make a change, it feels awful, it makes you tense. So if you can, try to be as laid back about it as you can possibly. So we're off the club, lean forward now, take your right hand off. Let's have a look at this left thumb. You got it? It's a perfect thumbprint, isn't it?
It is.
The left hand is a fist grip, okay? The left hand's a fist grip, the right hand very much in the fingers. That's good. Now when you grip the club like that, fist and fingers, they dovetail together beautifully. No one would know you've got a left thumb now, it's hidden from view. Perfect. Okay, so off you go, load and release the right hand as you hit the shot. Very good. Can you see that now?
Wow.
You've now got stable, neutral draw, just for the sake of changing your grip. Now with your enthusiasm and a bit of time, I think you'll have it done by Christmas.
That feels much more under control.
Yeah.
It seems to take away the pull to the left as well.
That's it, it exactly does. So what Paul doesn't realise, he's now the proud owner of the Luther Blacklock, 24 karat gold plated, no pull, no hook guarantee. If you get that left thumb aligned, you can't hit a hook. I'll teach you how not to hit a pull next time.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right.
Appreciate it.